Hello and welcome to another episode of the Don't Give a Rip podcast.
Got pulled over by the police for speeding.
Oh my God.
Andy, for some reason, decides he wants to flip the car. So he's there flipping this little Fiat.
And he went, Fancy. He said, you need to retire.
No, I look back on that time in Wales was pretty remarkable period of their life.
The All Blacks are expected to win, and not only expected to win, but to do it with panache.
By the time I got offered a contract, I'd already signed for France.
We found him unconscious in someone else's tent.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Don't Give a Rip podcast. As always, I'm your host Nathan Parker, and today we have yet another very special episode of the My Lion Story series coming your way, with former Springboks head coach Peter de Villiers and the former Lions defence coach Shaun Edwards. Both de Villiers and Edwards locked horns back in 2009, the last time the Lions faced the Springboks in South Africa, which will probably go down as one of the most controversial yet barnstorming series. As Brits, we all know how big the Lions tours are, something the former Springbok head coach Peter de Villiers agrees with, having taken his coaching badges in Wales.
Oh, the British and Irish Lions that is rugby's pinnacle. If you want to see a pinnacle, that's a rugby's pinnacle. If you look at the South Africans and the Australians, New Zealanders, how they pray to be at their top at the stage when the Lions tour, and there's such a lot of great rugby players who never had the opportunity to play against the British and Irish Lions team, you know. And we were lucky enough to do what we planned, but it wasn't easy, it will never be easy, and it will always be a challenge. If you look at what Europe produced, God gives you one moment in life. And if you're not there to take the moment, you will lose it forever. I had two of those great moments. The one where Ricky January scored a try in Dunedin, and the one where we kicked that goal through Mornay Steyn at Loftus Versfeld in the second test. So those two moments will nobody will take it, rob it, or wash it and delete it from my mind.
It was probably the most disappointing loss of my career, in that fact that we came so close, but yet so far. I mean, if you saw where we was after the first game, we played some team who, to be honest, I think they were thrown together in South Africa. I don't think they'd played together much before. And I swear to God, you know, they weren't the best team in the world, put it that way. And we nearly lost against them.
Yeah.
So where we went in, 6-7 weeks to actually beating the Springboks in the last game by record score, showed that we developed as a team along the way, and we definitely improved. It still peeves me what happened in the second test for an official to see someone gouge somebody, put fingers near the eyes, which is what he exactly said, contact with the eyes, and the referee said, "What's your recommendation?" And he said, "Well, at least a yellow card."
Yeah.
And I'd like to speak to that man and say, if that was your son on the floor with someone with fingers near his eyes, what would your decision be then?
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be a red card.
What may have angered Edwards more, though, was the staunch defence of Burger by Peter de Villiers after the match. But 12 years on, does the former Springboks coach regret sticking by his man?
No, not at all. That is the one thing about the players in Europe, especially the international players. They like to do tops after a game. And then they will find reasons, and they find the reason why the guy is dead, but it will never bring him to life, you know. If they look at the mistakes that they made early in the game, they played very good, but early in the game, the mistakes that Pienaar has missed to convert into points, they would have get a big score against us, you know. But they never capitalized on that platform that they had luck that they created in the first half for themselves. So the other things around the game that happened there, everybody highlighted it on the back of the scoreboard and not of what's real in the game, you know. If you're looking at a thing like eye gouging, for instance, eye gouging, I will never condone a thing like that. But what I can tell you is that it was there forever. If he have done that, he won't be the first one. He won't be the last one, you know. But those things don't stand between winning and losing. It's how you react to it that stand between winning and losing. And I think the reactions of those guys were a bit primary school, you know.
The air players going off, you know, left, right, and centre is probably the toughest game has ever been played in a test match. That second test, you know, the physicality was just off the radar. But yeah, obviously very disappointing to lose in the last minute. But as I said, from the positive things is from where we was in the first game, where we were absolutely terrible in defence. I'll totally admit it, and to where we was in the last game, where we didn't concede a try against the Springboks, we improved. But as I said, it still peeves me that not been on, you know, we didn't win the Lions series.
Unfortunately for Edwards, the tour of 2009 was his one and only shot at winning a Lions Test series as a coach. 2009 was also more than just heartache for the Lions, as they regrouped to defeat the Springboks in the final test to restore pride in the jersey, which has since seen them defeat Australia in 2013 and draw with the All Blacks in 2017. I've been Nathan Parker, this has been my Lions story, and we will catch you very, very soon. No star.